Good morning, all. Well, this morning we're going to be doing a little bit of crevicing. And we got the detector with us. You know, it's the fall. Now, one thing I wanted to cover before we get started. In my last video, I was talking about the detectors and crevicing, and I don't think I did a real good job of explaining. So I'd like to cover that first. Now, when you're looking for gold with a metal detector, if you're looking for the actual pieces of gold, like if you're up in a tailings pit or out in the desert or somewhere like that where the gold is not been moved around by the river, and you're looking for actual pieces of gold, like if you're out in the desert and you're working the alluvial and you're looking for the nuggets, that situation, you want a good machine that's designed for that purpose. Its main function is to find gold. Now, in a situation like we're at today, where we're down on the river, the material has been moved by the river and it's been classified, stirred up. What we're doing is we're not looking for nuggets per se. We're not looking for the individual nuggets. Now, if we do find one, we're not going to throw it back. But our main target with the metal detector is iron, lead, the heavy metals that are being moved down the river with the gold. They run together. So in this situation, you don't need a metal detector specifically designed for finding gold nuggets. Because you're really not looking for gold nuggets. You're looking for metal that's been deposited by the river. Now, the one problem you're going to have is mineralization. When you're down on the river, especially in the gold country, you're going to have high mineralization. So you got to have a metal detector that's able to handle that high mineralization. Okay, well, I'm hoping that cleared that up. So now, let's grab the detector, see if we can find some gold in this bedrock here. Okay, right here we have what's definitely an iron target. Okay, and this target here is a good target, probably lead or hopefully gold. Okay, we have another good target right there. Okay, we have 1, 2, 3 good targets and 1 iron target. Okay, let's get out the tools. Now what we're going to do is we're not really concerned with the individual target. What we're after is the material that's in this crevice that's traveling with that target. So what we'll do is we'll just dig everything out of this crevice that is in here along with the target. Now this looks really good right here. This is a nice deep crevice right here. And we're packed in here pretty good, which is good. Okay, now the bottom of this crevice is rough. which is good. You really don't want a smooth bottom on the crevice, because that's an indication that the crevice gets worked. And if it's working down in the bottom, that means the gold's not accumulating. Okay, now we've got this first crevice cleaned out in the pan. What I'm going to do now is I'll check it with the detector, make sure we have the target, then we'll take it down and pan it. Now, normally we would clean all the crevices, but since we're first getting started in this spot and we really don't know what we're looking at here, we need to get an idea of the size of the gold, the type of gravel, what the target is, so we understand more about this spot before we just start digging all over. Okay, let's check this hole, see if we got the target. Okay, looks like we got no target there. And we got it in the pan. Okay, let's head down to the river. And yes, this water is cold. Now before you pan anything out, once you get all the mud out of the pan, I like to take and just look at the gravel and see what we got here. Now we have really well-worn rocks, nice, good-looking gravel. We got some quartz in here, so everything's looking good. Okay, now we'll pan it out. Well, we got some gold, and our target is a small piece of lead. Okay, let me clean this up a little better. Okay, you can see here, there's our target, little piece of lead, but we got quite a bit of really fine gold up here. In this first pan, we've learned several good things. Number one, we're in the right spot. We have lead and we have gold. We've also learned that the gold is really fine. So when we're cleaning the crevices, we want to be able to get every single thing we can out of the crevice, because anything you leave in there that's of any size could have a piece of gold under it. So we know we have fine gold, so we know we have to clean the crevice all the way to the bottom, and we have to clean them really clean. Now I've also noticed in this pan we have a lot of fairly coarse black sand. Now what that tells me, now it's a little early to say for sure, but what that's telling me is we've got a fairly substantial flow here. This may be as large as the gold gets here, but we'll have to do a few more crevices before we can really nail that one down. Okay, I'm going to go clean those other 3 crevices out real quick. I'll be right back. I decided rather than dig them all out, we still need to find a little more information, so I just finished cleaning the second one that had a good sounding target. I'm going to take this down, pan it out. We'll see how this one comes out. Okay, now this pan was actually pretty informative. Our target was a piece of metal here, either wire or old nail, I don't know, but it's pretty rotted away. We have some gold, but it's much finer, and we've lost that really coarse black sand. Okay, now we know when we got the iron and we're up a little higher on the bedrock here, it wasn't that good. It wasn't as nice as our first pan. So now that iron object I have is even higher up. So right now, I'm not going to waste my time on that. I want to see if I can find the lead to get into the heavier stuff. Okay, let's grab the detector, do a little more detecting. Okay, right here I have a real faint target, and I'm going to go ahead and roll these rocks out of the way so I can check it a little better. Okay, well, we have two good sounding targets in this one crevice right here that are pretty obvious. Now we got those rocks out of the way, and get down quite a bit lower. Okay, let's dig them up, see what they are. Okay, that target was right here. Now, knowing that most our gold is fine, we're gonna go ahead and work all this top gravel, because we know we very well could be picking up the gold out of the top gravel. Okay, now this is not packed in here very tight, which is not too good. Hopefully there's a crevice down here at the bottom. And yeah, it looks like there is. Let's see if we got the target. Got no reading down there. Okay, we got it in the pan. Okay, I'll be right back. I'm gonna take that down and pan it out. We have a chunk of lead and our nicest little line of gold yet. Okay, now that we've moved back down, we're basically below where we found that first piece of lead. I'm gonna spin the camera around and show you that here in a second. But we're now back into the lead, and our gold's getting larger again. So we want to keep going in the same direction. Let me show you what I'm talking about. Okay, I'm not sure how well this is going to work because I got the camera shooting right into the sun. But right here is where we got our first target. Then over there is where we got our piece of iron. And then we've moved down, and this is where we just got that target. So this is telling me that the iron is coming through, or the lead is coming through here. The iron is over there where the flow is not as strong. So we want to continue following this trough on down to where it hits the main flow, which is basically right where the camera is. And that should be our heaviest gold right there. Our lead has lined up right here. So it's coming through this area. You'll notice right here, we have a line of boulders. Well, not boulders, but big rocks. And this tells me that the water coming around here and coming over the bedrock meet right here. And that impact of the two flows causes a high pressure zone, which allows these rocks to drop here. Well, it should be allowing the gold to drop here also. So we want to go where this line hits this line, which is right in this area. So we're going to detect this, see if we can find any targets. I've got two targets, one right here sounds really good, and one over here, it sounds pretty good too, but I'm guessing that one's iron. Not quite as crisp as this one. This one's either lead or gold. Okay, let's grab the gear and see what we got. Okay, we're gonna do this one first here, because this is our better target. And this is a nice looking catch right here. So I want to get this one dug out because we don't have a whole lot of time left. So we're kind of cherry picking the good ones first. And that is really in there. That is a good thing. All right. Now, got to remember that we have, all we're finding is fine gold, so we got to make sure we clean our rocks clean everything off completely, because that gold could be anywhere. I see a little bit of rust. I don't know if this is showing it or not, but there's rust on this rock right here. We got her cleaned out. Let's take it down and pan it, see what was in there. Okay, now I haven't got this panned all the way down, but I wanted to show you this gravel because this is an excellent example of what we're after as far as getting into the heavy gravels. Let me show you. Okay, now here's an iron object. That's what the rust was coming from. Right here we have our, I think was our target, which is a hunk of lead, but see this gravel, actually we got gold showing up, but this is really coarse, really heavy gravel in here, tons of black sand. Okay, I'm going to take this down, finish cleaning it up, and see how we did. Okay, well I got it all cleaned up, and this is by far our best pan. Let me show you. Okay, you can see here that we have found a lot more and a lot larger gold. Okay, now this is by far our best pan so far. It was best as far as the looks of the gravel. Even before we seen the gold we had, that gravel was the heaviest, largest amount of black sand that we've had in one pan yet. Now, we've used the clues that the river has left us to work our way down here. Instead of spending all day dwelling in one spot where we're going to find gold, but it's going to be real light flood gold, we want to chase these clues the river leads us to find our largest gold. Now, we still haven't gone to where the gold starts getting small again. So we want to keep doing this procedure till the gold starts getting small, our targets start getting small, our black sand starts being not as much. Then we can come back and we got our low point, our high point, our low point. Then we know where to do our prospecting. Well, right now, this is a good spot. Problem is, I can't keep going much further because I only got a half day today. So what I'm going to do right now is we're going to go down a little bit further, do some detecting. Hopefully we can get another pan or two before I got to get out of here and see if this is in fact the best spot. Okay, let's grab the detector. Okay, we got a target right here. Sounds like a good target. Let's look around a little bit more. Well, that seems to be our only target in this general area, so let's dig that up real quick and see what we got. That's a nice heavy rock. You know, that target was right in here. Okay, now, I probably should have done this our first couple of pans, but only having a half day, I was kind of in a big hurry. We need to take this surface material down and pan it to see if there is in fact any gold in it. And you do a couple of pans, three pans like that, and don't find anything, then you know you can just throw all that stuff away and you don't have to worry about it. So I'll be right back. I'm going to check this. Okay, well, it looks like we got to pan all the gravel because we got some gold in here. Not a lot of gold, but you know, there's several pieces, stuff we don't want to throw away. So let me show you. Okay, you can see right here, not very big, but there's quite a few pieces in there. I'm going to suck this up the snuffer bottle, and then let's head on down, hopefully to some bigger gold and our target. You know, I'm discovering a lot of little cracks and crevices, which slows us down, but it also increases the odds of a piece of gold getting caught in here. Okay, I got the last of that gravel cleaned out of there. Gonna pan this out, and then we're gonna have to get out of here because this took a lot longer than I thought it was going to, and I'm getting real close to being late. I'm thinking we need to move back up a little bit because we got some gold, but it's finer gold and our lead's smaller. Let me show you. Okay, you can see here we have 2 small pieces of lead, and there's quite a bit of gold up there, but it's fairly fine gold. Okay, there's a better shot of the gold. You can see it's quite a bit of gold, but it's small. I'm not too sure, but I think we may be at the lower edge of where the best stuff is dropping. I'd prefer to do a few more pans before I made that determination. Problem is, I don't have the time. We're already bordering on getting too late, and I got to work today, so I got to get back on the job because I told them I'd be there today. But I'm definitely going to put an X on the map, and we're coming back to the spot and do a little more exploring. I'm kind of curious if there's any big gold. We haven't found anything large in here, but we're finding gold. Okay, well, I'm going to pack everything up, and guess what? I'm not heading to the house. I'm heading to work, but I'll probably see you back at the house. Well, we're back at the house. Still the same day. That just kills me having to leave the hills, come down to a couple hours of welding. Now it's still daylight out, but not enough time to head back up. So now I'm stuck home doing what I should be doing and working on the house. Okay, well, I did get that gold cleaned up, so what do you say we throw it on the scale and see how we did? Problem we got is there's no nuggets to put on here today. 0.57 grams. Wasn't a lot of gold, but we did come home with gold, and the best part is the time in the hills we got to spend looking for it. Now that area up there, I'm wanting to do a little more exploring, see if there is any larger gold up there. I'm not really sure, but we really didn't have the time to search it out. Right now, while it's still light outside, I'm going to go out and see if I can make my yard look like somebody lives here. So, I'm out of here. You guys have a wonderful day.